Hello and welcome to a new episode of TEIMAS Workshops. I'm Perla Gándara, and in today's session we'll be focusing on some of the key dynamics that will shape the European waste sector in 2026. This is a crucial moment for producers, waste operators, sustainability teams and compliance leaders. We're seeing the convergence of geopolitical tensions, mandatory digitalisation, the accelerated adoption of artificial intelligence and a new regulatory landscape that places unprecedented pressure on data quality and reporting. Our goal today is to give you a strategic overview while keeping the deeper technical content for a comprehensive TEIMAS white paper that will be available at the end of December. You'll be able to download it from TEIMAS LinkedIn page and our monthly newsletter. So let's dive in. Artificial intelligence. Across Europe, waste managers, recyclers and large producers are finally moving past the experimental phase of AI and into real deployment. Today, we won't go into all the technical details. Those are reserved for the white paper, but let's highlight three practical developments. Real-time waste flow intelligence. AI-powered vision systems are increasingly used to analyze material streams directly on sorting lines. This is a major shift away from manual sampling, and it opens the door to continuous quality control, better pricing of secondary materials, and greater transparency in downstream operations. Robotic sorting. Robotic sorting systems equipped with advanced computer vision and machine learning algorithms are reaching very high peak rates and increasingly high material purity levels. These technologies are transforming how sorting lines are organized, improving consistency and significantly reducing operational and safety risks. Safety innovation. One of the most relevant applications for 2026 is the early detection of hazardous elements such as lithium-ion batteries. European operators are now testing or deploying systems that identify potential ignition risks. And when it comes to the application of AI for waste producers, we are seeing a clear shift towards the automation of documentation, improved traceability, and more efficient compliance workflows. This is the case with TEIMAS Zero, which incorporates waste documentation into the system automatically, resulting in very significant time savings for companies. The global shift from waste as a cost to waste as a resource. 2026 will reinforce a major conceptual shift. Waste is increasingly recognized as a strategic input. Europe's dependency on critical raw materials, the volatility of secondary material markets, and the closure of several recycling facilities across the continent are creating a sense of urgency. Policies such as the Critical Raw Materials Act and tighter controls on transboundary shipments aim to keep valuable resources inside the European economy. In practical terms, this means stronger incentives to recover metals and high-value materials, increasing control of exports outside the EU, and a growing expectation that circularity is part of industrial strategy, not just environmental compliance. The rising role of the waste producer. One of the clearest trends for 2026 is a shift of responsibility upstream towards the initial producer of the waste. The European regulatory framework is evolving quickly. Extended producer responsibility schemes are expanding. The legal accountability of the initial waste producer is being strengthened with clearer expectations around control, supervision and traceability across the waste management chain. And waste data is becoming part of corporate governance and even board-level decision-making. Producers are no longer expected to merely choose an authorized waste operator. They must understand, monitor and evidence what happens to their waste throughout the value chain. This requires accurate, standardized data, digital systems capable of consolidating information from multiple sites and suppliers, and KPIs that link waste generation directly with efficiency and sustainability performance. Mandatory digitalisation across Europe. Digitalisation is no longer optional. By 2026, many European countries will have fully operational national digital waste tracking systems. The EU itself is deploying a new digital framework for cross-border movements. For organizations, this means real-time traceability will become the norm. Manual spreadsheets won't meet the expectations of regulators or auditors. And integrated auditable digital workflows will be essential for compliance and risk management. Digitalisation is also becoming a prerequisite for adopting circular business models, optimizing collection routes, improving operational planning, and ensuring accurate reporting. Reporting, sustainability, and the regulatory pressure. Even though recent policy updates have narrowed the scope of the CSRD, the technical requirements for those who do need to report have not been relaxed. Waste data, including composition, destination, and circularity indicators, must now be quantified, verified, traceable, and integrated with internal management systems. 2026 will be the first year in which many companies submit full CSRD and ESRS compliance reports, supported by external assurance. This will raise expectations across the market, and many organizations will need to upgrade their internal systems, both digital and procedural. And the last trend we have identified is the new corporate sustainability landscape, a shift that is redefining how organizations approach sustainability in practice. This is a topic that we'll be exploring in depth in our next white paper, which will be available for download by the end of the month on our website, as well as through TEIMAS LinkedIn page and newsletter. And that's it for today's workshop on Waste Sector Trends 2026. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next time. Stay tuned.